Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Hope you all are fit and fine. Children, here I am presenting the second video of class 6 geography, chapter 5, major domains of the earth. In the first video of this chapter, we learnt that there are four major domains of the earth. They are the solid portion of the earth, lithosphere, the gaseous layers around the earth, atmosphere, the water that covers big area of the earth's surface, that is hydrosphere, and the domain life, that is biosphere. And we learnt about lithosphere in detail. Now in this video we'll learn about the remaining three domains of the earth. Let's begin with hydrosphere. This word hydrosphere is derived from Greek word hudor, which means water. Hydrosphere refers to that part of the earth that is covered with water. It includes water in its all three forms: solid, that is ice; liquid, that is water; and gas, that is water vapor. Water is found as ice sheets in glaciers, as running or flowing water in oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, and underground streams, and as water vapor in the atmosphere. All these forms together make the hydrosphere. Children, more than 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water and 29% is with land. Therefore, children, earth is also referred as a blue planet. Now, out of total water of the earth, more than 97% is found in oceans and is so salty that it cannot be utilized for human use. Almost 2% of the water is present in the form of glaciers and ice sheets or under the ground. In this way, only 1% of water, which is a very small percentage, is found as fresh water that can be used by humans. Therefore, children, fresh water is a critical resource, and though the earth is termed as blue planet, we face a great shortage of water. Now, as I said earlier, hydrosphere consists of water in all forms. So, children, oceans form the major part of the hydrosphere. All the oceans are interconnected. The ocean waters are always moving. There are three major movements of ocean waters. They are the waves, the tides, and the ocean currents, as shown in the image in front of you. There are five main oceans. They are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest of the five oceans. It spreads over one third of the earth. It is located between the Southern Ocean, Asia, Australia, and North America and South America. It is almost circular in shape. It is also the deepest ocean. The deepest point of the earth, the Challenger Deep at Mariana Trench, lies in the Pacific Ocean. The second largest ocean is the Atlantic Ocean. The shape of the Atlantic is like the letter S. I am sure you are able to visualize it in the image given here. Atlantic Ocean is bounded by Europe and Africa on the eastern side and by North America and South America on the western side. Atlantic Ocean has many natural ports and harbors because of its highly indented coastline. Children, Atlantic Ocean is the busiest ocean and supports international trade greatly. The third largest ocean is the Indian Ocean. This is the only ocean which is named after a country, that is India. The ocean is almost triangular in shape. It is located between Africa, the Southern Ocean, Australia, and Asia, which is very clearly shown in the image in front of you. Next is the Southern Ocean, which is also known as the Antarctic Ocean. It is located between 60 degree south latitude and Antarctica. Children, the smallest ocean of the world's 5 oceans is the Arctic Ocean. It is located between the Arctic Circle around the North Pole. The Arctic Ocean is connected to the Pacific by a narrow stretch of water body that is called Bering Strait. As I explained in the first video of this chapter, a strait is a narrow passage of water which connects two large water bodies. So here the two large water bodies are Arctic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. In the northern coast, Arctic Ocean is bounded by North America and Eurasia. Now the third domain of the earth, that is atmosphere. Children, atmosphere, as you already know, is the layer of air that surrounds our earth. This word atmosphere is derived from the word atmos, which means vapor in Greek language. Atmosphere is an important domain of the earth because this thin blanket of air which covers our planet provides us with oxygen, the life-giving gas, keeps us warm and also protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Let's learn about the extent of the atmosphere. So children, it extends or spreads up to about 1600 kilometers above the sea level. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers on the basis of its composition, temperature and other properties such as pressure, etc. These layers starting from the surface of the earth are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Children, you know that the atmosphere is a mixture of gases. It contains 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen, which together make up nearly 99% of clean and dry air. Remaining 1% consists of other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, helium, etc. Children, oxygen is the life-giving gas, which while nitrogen is important for the growth of living organisms. Even carbon dioxide, which is present in minute amount in the atmosphere, is important because it traps the heat of the sun and prevents it from going back into space. In this way, it acts like a blanket for the earth and keeps the planet warm. This warmth is vital for the growth of plants and for the survival of life. Children, the density of the atmosphere is not same everywhere. Means it varies with height. The density of the atmosphere is maximum at the sea level, and as we go upwards, this density decreases. Have you noticed that the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them? It is due to less density of air that they have problem in breathing, and so they require oxygen cylinder to be able to breathe at high altitudes. Not only the density of air but the temperature also decreases as we go upwards. The atmosphere exerts or applies pressure on the earth. This pressure varies from place to place, due to which some areas have high pressure and some areas experience low pressure. Air always moves from a high pressure region to a low pressure region. Moving air is called wind. Now the domain of life, that is the biosphere. This term biosphere is derived from the Greek word bios, which means life. So children, biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, that is land, hydrosphere, that is water, and atmosphere, that is air, where life forms exist. Living organisms range or vary in size from microscopic bacteria to huge mammals. All of them, including humans, are interdependent. That means they are linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. Thus, all living organisms interact with each other and maintain a balance between them and their environment. The different organisms in the biosphere can broadly be divided into the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom, as it is shown here in front of you. Children, the three domains of the earth, the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere, interact and affect each other. Let's understand it with an example. You know that the forests are cut to fulfill our requirement of wood, or we clear the land so that it can be used for agriculture. What could be the result of such an action? This can result in fast removal of soil from slopes. The next example is the tsunami in 2004, when some parts of Andaman and Nicobar Islands were submerged underwater. As a result, the surface of the earth was changed. Children, human activities have degraded these domains. For example, the discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers pollutes the water and makes it unsuitable for human use. Such polluted water also damages other forms of life. Another example is the industrial emission, or the emission from thermal power plants, or from even from our vehicles, that pollutes the air. We learnt in this video only that carbon dioxide, that is CO2, is an important constituent of air. But children, if the amount of carbon dioxide increases, it causes rise in the temperature of the earth. This rise in temperature is known as global warming. Therefore, humans need to understand the most urgent requirement of today, that is, to learn to limit the use of resources and save or protect or conserve the resources for the future generations. We need to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. And I am sure that you are ready to protect your environment, your planet. Hope you liked this video. Now try to solve these questions. First question: why is there a crisis of fresh water? What is the composition of atmosphere? Second question is, what is the composition of atmosphere? Write the importance of the components. Third question: explain biosphere, the domain of life. Fourth question: how do human activities affect and degrade the domains of the earth? Children, if you found this video helpful and you liked it and wish to watch more of such content, do consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any queries or any comments, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.